know when you just do that? Like, yeah, my mic's working. Okay. We're gonna go on Reddit. Reddit. Dive into anything. Relationship advice. Alright, we're going to ask Reddit. Can you simply not believe that still exists to this day? Well, we kind of like stories. Men of Reddit, what is the creepiest thing a woman has ever said or done to you? When I was in high school, another student told me she would like to pull out her eyes so I could fuck her skull. I was just looking for a nice girl to cuddle with and go to the movies and stuff. Yeah, no? There is another hole in the skull that would be accessible without body. Probably harm if I surely wanna. I'm not sure why pulling her eyes that was the first option. And that's all I could find on that. I mean, there's more comments, but they wouldn't. Oh, wait. View entire discussion. Doesn't want an old fashioned school job. This girl in high school said, I have a hot neck. I wasn't sure what to do with that. I described how she would get away with murder, basically saying something along the lines about removing my hair and putting me in acid after getting rid of my teeth, too. It was really creepy, but she looked like Avril Lavigne, so I just started playing along and slowly distanced myself from her. I was shitting bricks when I had to tell her I wanted some alone time. She said no, and later that day I ghosted her because I was in disbelief. Um, yeah, we're gonna move on. What was the worst thing you guys ever did when they took make yourself at home very literally? But my new in-laws were telling me about plans they had for my house since it's half my husband's now. They're really partly ours. I thought I I bought it before we got married. My first wife and I were having a disagreement that went on for several days. My IML took it upon herself to come to our house, but we were at work. Took a bubble bath, her excuse as to why she was there, and questions, and she didn't have her at home. Then left a Bible verse and marriage counseling advice in a note in my underwear drawer. Yep, my underwear drawer. No one, including my wife, her siblings, or her parents, understood why I said that was crossing lines. Like, what the fuck? Came home, sitting in his boxers on my kitchen counter, washing his feet and trimming toenails in my sink. Has gotten to the cake. Fucked my wife. Oh my god. Oh, here's a good story. They were sitting, they were house sitting for 2 or 3 weeks. A sneeze and a cough. Not a good combo. Oh, good. I'm not. I mean, my brother's sick. I don't know. I can't remember now. When we got back home, they rearranged all the furniture. Most of it was just moving things back, but they pushed an old teacher's desk we had down into the basement. One of those huge metal monstrosities that weigh a ton, where there was literally no way to get it back up those stairs without kind of machine I couldn't afford. So that thing stayed in the basement and was sold with the home. They also damaged a reliner, so it didn't reline anymore, and they claimed they didn't. My father-in-law was staying with us for a month. He lived in Oman. The spare room was an office with a sofa bed in it so it can be dealt with for guests. He bought a double bed and got rid of the sofa bed. I lost my office. Hmm. What is a useless fact you know? The yellow one's the sun. Switzerland is the largest country name with no repeated letters. Translators write, interpreters speak. Source: I'm a translator. The turtles, the sex is not determined by chromoscomes but by temperature in the eggs. I think the warmer the liker is female. I hope I remember that correctly. Sea turtles often starve to death while having sex because it takes them so long to get their tiny little pecker in the female sea turtle. You can buy a personal attack gorilla on the dark web. Cigarettes are like squirrels. They're perfectly harmless until you put one in your mouth and set it on fire. UPS corridor drivers are encouraged to make left turns only as a right result, only as a last result. Their routes are designed to make right turns only because drivers will spend less time idle at red lights, therefore allowing more deliveries to be made. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Powerhouse is the microcyst of the cell. The average length of a blue whale penis is 8 feet and 2 inches long. Why do you know that? A blue whale's tongue weighs as much as an elephant. Chickens eat their feathers due to the protein value in them. The moon has moonquakes, the equivalent of earthquakes caused by gravitational pull and tidal distance stress. Copper doorknobs and taps self into bacteria. Humans are not strong enough. Pirates use eye patches for night vision. I already knew that. I don't want to read this part. It's going to be seen with English games. March 11th is Johnny Appleseed Day. Alright, that made me laugh. When you realize that a teacher can be a bully. 11th grade world studies teacher was so nice to me because he knew I was interested in the subject. I always got eight grades. Then I started dating my boyfriend, for future hus future first husband. Then he only gave failing grades to where I failed for the year. No corrections, no reasons. If I hadn't saved my tests and shown them to the guidance counselor, I would have had to repeat 11th. That's creepy as hell. Even worse, when the superintendent of the district started sitting at me with lunch. and asked for my address. When I wouldn't give it to him, he slammed his tray on the table and told me to grow up. I was 16. My third grade teacher absolutely hated a kid named Steven. Steven wasn't a bad kid, but he was kind of dopey. The teacher used to tell him he was an idiot whenever he said something, and she also threw a textbook and a desk at him. Oh my god. The teacher made fun of me in front of the whole class for scratching my butt and spelling my finger. I was like 10, but but thought it was pretty mean. Fifth grade. My music teacher told me I had a voice like a frog in front of everyone. Singing. I still have a thing about singing. Even though I love it, I have an average voice. My maths teacher treated me like shit for years and immediately did the same to my younger sister when she joined the school. Apparently, he was really pleasant until he noticed the matching surname. But one publicly shamed me for not owning a mobile phone as an 11-year-old. My parents didn't want me to have one because they knew I was curious and find shit I wasn't old enough to see, which is exactly what happens when they keep you later and get me one. But this woman would make my life living hell in French for no reason, other than she didn't like me. I had an undiagnosed learning disability. Teachers said if I tried harder, I could just learn to read. So she made me do all the reading out loud for class that there was. She thought the laughing and comments would motivate me somehow. That's stupid. Primary school. One of the teachers would let the girls have permission to go to the bathroom, but the boys would have to wait till breaks. That's sexist. Alright, I could maybe go for, yes, RIP Cam. I'm currently recording um my reactions on my phone. Pet owners, what is the dumbest thing you've ever seen your pet do? Oh god. I my pet's done many dumb things. My pet currently escaped his cage, which is he's a hamster. Eat a Slim Jim and poop out the whole plastic thing, you know. So really, it was his poop shot that was dumb, maybe. I don't know. Our kitten grew up with some baby bunnies, so she thought she was one as well and used to sit on her back legs like they did. It was hilarious. My sister's dog used to hop after the ones in the backyard, never tried to catch them, just wanted to play. She was a double doodle. It was hilarious. My cat regularly tries to start fight with me. Maybe she's maybe 10 pounds. She never wins. I have over 30-pound dog as background. Got stuck on the swing. Could barely reach his back leg to the ground. So he was just swinging lightly back and forth, and we did not know how long he would have to be like that. Same dog would also climb up the playhouse and go down the slide over and over. The second was kind of smart. We thinks the swing was a mistake. He regretted he never did it again. Whenever we gave the two dogs two different shepherd treats, they ran to the backyard to enjoy. They hid the bones from us, not each other. Guys, if we wanted treats, we would be eating them, not giving them to you. They spam that whole get stuck in the swing. A whole fucking backflip. This girl is a 70-pound terrier mix doing backflips, rolling her own diarrhea outside. She says she'd be eating it, and they hate baths, and she's fucking got one. Well, she'd never done that ever again, though. My terror was in the backyard. Terror was in the backyard after taking a shit. She'd run a few steps and stop, then look behind her like someone was following. I have long hair, and apparently she hates it. Turns out it was a small shit ball on a foot long, hair bouncing around. What the fuck? Pets are weird. What's the most disturbing thing someone has constantly mentioned to you? I don't remember. When I was 15 years old, my mom and my baby brother died in a house fire. A born-again Christian woman, family friend, told me my mom went to heaven, but my baby brother did it because he wasn't baptized. I still hate her 35 years later, and I can't pronounce that now. Recently had some guy point out how sexy he thought the girl walking down the street was when she couldn't have been more than 12 or 13. Shaking my head, I told him to fuck off and called him a chomo. Shit made me sick. Also a long one. Back when I was a teen working at a factory job, I was the new guy, sitting at a lunch table with these guys who had happened to casually mention how they were planning on to gang rape one of the girls from the office and asked if I wanted in on that. It was way fucked up, even if they were joking, but they kept on about it in details. I truly believe they were serious about going through with it. The even more insane thing is, my dad worked in that office. They knew exactly who I was. It's how I got the job, and the girl worked for my dad. And they still fucking went on about it. Of course I told him, and of course he didn't work there anymore after that. Shit still really fucking bothers me for years, and I tell it on Reddit. Years ago, my mom casually mentioned how a coworker's toddler had flushed their puppy down the toilet. She said it was supposed to be funny. I was horrified. Brother slips into conversation that he stabbed the guy 3 times. Oh my god. I smell the seats of attractive girls when they get up at movie theaters. He went on to say he's usually the one out on the theater for this reason. I piss inside my wife when we have sex because I want to get an infection. Same guy. Ew. I was tattooing him and he debuted so much that I tuned him out. He was a creepy little fuck with long, greasy brown hair and Coke bottle glasses. Once I was done, I got the money and told the owners never let him back into the shop. I was also the second in the shop to tattoo him. He completely freaked out. The first artist who went and hid when he came in the second time. I knew my coworker was divorced, and she finally mentioned that they divorced because he had an affair with their daughter, who was a minor at the time. How could I compete with that? The rest of us didn't know what to say. We tried to change the subject. Honestly, I don't think she understood that her husband raped their child, that his siblings were giving each other hickeys. Some random dude messaged me about wanting to sex his young children. Friend just casually dropped she was raped and that her dad would apparently back in the day beat her badly to where her ribs were once broken. Then getting raped by her older brother, oh my god. Once a couple and their adopted son came to my house to do a little visit, the boy told me his older adoptive brother was showing him pictures of naked people all the time. I was 10 and I had no idea what it really meant. Today I feel so guilty I didn't tell his or even my parents about this. It makes me so sick to think about what he must have been through. Hope he's okay. Oh my, okay, I think that's enough Reddit for me. Um, I'm mortified and disgusted of the actions, of what people choose to do. I love y'all. Hope to see you in another video. Bye. Um, face thing will be posted later, maybe tomorrow. Bye.